If you think about the definition of cheat, right? To deceive, to deprive, to elude or escape, to break the rules, to be dishonest, right? And then we want to think about like what we're really trying to cultivate and build is a healthy relationship with food, a healthy relationship with our bodies. Is any of that appropriate in anything we might consider a healthy relationship? That's always where my mind goes when I hear somebody go, oh, I get a cheat meal today. Well, no, we're not. This isn't a game, right? Games have beginnings, games have ends. Cheating happens in dieting. We don't do dieting, right? So this is why I feel so passionately about eliminating this word from our vocabulary when we're talking about getting healthy. Let's just get right to it. You and I have gone round and round. Just so you guys know out there, this is take 3 on this video, but I think we've got it nailed down. The point is, today, we want you to eliminate the word cheat from your approach to losing weight, getting fit, getting healthy, whatever it is. All right, and we're going to talk about it really fast. Adam, go.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. That was it, right? No.
I love it.
So the point is, cheat implies guilt. We do not want to feel guilty. There's no reason to feel guilty when it comes to food. We don't want to moralize food. It shouldn't be this good or bad, anything, right? It's just food. So I really believe that when you're labeling things as cheating, it decreases your self-compassion because I also know self-compassion is a critical component to consistency. Because if you're cheating, then you feel bad. And if you feel bad, then you're less likely to stick with it because you're like, oh, I can't stick with it. Here I go again. All this negative self-talk. So we really want to be careful with the words we use with ourselves. There's no reason to feel guilty. And, most people I know, when I hear the word cheat, it induces guilt.
I've definitely worked with people where they don't care. They take a cheat day like a license, like they are entitled, which to me says like, man, this person is really working very hard on some very restrictive health practices, right? Like, I think there's both sides of the spectrum here.
Yes. And
so go ahead. I was just going to say, like, if you think about the definition of cheat, right? To deceive, to deprive, to elude or escape, to break the rules, to be dishonest, right? And then we want to think about like what we're really trying to cultivate and build is a healthy relationship with food, a healthy relationship with our bodies. Is any of that appropriate in anything we might consider a healthy relationship? That's always where my mind goes when I hear somebody go, oh, I get a cheat meal today. Well, no, we're not. This isn't a game, right? Games have beginnings, games have ends. Cheating happens in dieting. We don't do dieting, right? So this is why I feel so passionately about eliminating this word from our vocabulary when we're talking about getting healthy.
Yes, totally. Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's the crux of this brief video today. It came up in a conversation with a coach that I'm working with. And I just thought, you know what? Let's tackle it. Let's tackle it because I know it's still out there. And listen, if you've adopted that practice, here at My Body Tutor, what we really encourage is healthful indulging, right? And it doesn't become this feeling of, I need to cheat. I need to cheat on what I'm trying to do for myself so I don't lose my mind, right? We cheat when we feel we've been cheated. So really, that's a call. Like if you feel pulled to cheat, it's a call for you to look at like, my needs aren't getting met at all, right? Like I think earlier you were saying like, maybe they're not having enough fun. Maybe there isn't enough indulging, right? Maybe the reins are yanked too tight on their diet. What do you think, Adam?
Yes. We all have this inner child. If the inner child gets neglected, and as we get older, we have less time, we have more responsibility, we typically go to food, alcohol, etc., to kind of, let that inner child play. But we know that's not really giving us what we want, right? To me, an indulgence could be anything from food to going for a walk, to a bath, to reading alone to a hot tub, whatever it might be, like a hot shower, whatever it might be. Like indulging doesn't only have to be food, and indulging definitely should not make you feel bad afterward, right? And I think that's a great litmus test in that, like, when you eat certain foods and it's like, oh, this is for me, I'm going to treat myself. Typically, like if we're cheating, we feel bad afterward. Whereas like when I go for a walk or read a book or whatever it might be, I don't feel bad afterward. So ideally, the way we treat ourselves or indulge, it should feel good before. There shouldn't be any trepidation during. Even if we're, I guess, cheating, it feels good if you're eating a certain food. But afterward, it always, almost always feels bad, right? So look for things that make you feel good before, during, and after. Ideally, you want things that rejuvenate you, that replenish you, right? That actually make you feel better versus just kind of numbing you out. And to our earlier point, it's like if you feel the need to cheat, use it as a warning sign or as a signal that other things are lacking, right? And use it as a conversation opener to explore those things. Because when you start to explore those things and work towards bringing more of those other things into your life, you don't need to use food nearly as much.
That's right. That's right. So if you find yourself saying, oh, I'm going to have a cheat meal or a cheat day, first of all, pick a different word. Just pick a different word. An indulgent meal or an indulgent day. Fine. And then, as Adam said, find the joy. Find the line where joy, right, happens. If you go beyond it, well, you just better work next time, right? Or that's going to take a little bit of practice, a little processing. But ultimately, we just really want to encourage you, no cheating. There's no cheating in health. There's no cheating.
Right, because
Right.
Indulging is part of health. It's part of the plan, right? As I always say, we want you to be fit and happy, not fit and miserable, right? So there's no reason to feel guilty. There's no reason to cheat. It's part of the plan. It's part of the plan. As we said last week, it's like, does it make the boats go faster? Sometimes me going out for pizza makes the boat go faster, or me enjoying my burger and fries makes the boat go faster. It does, right? As we talked about professional sports teams, sometimes they don't practice at all. They go for bowling, and meanwhile it helps them play better together. So it's part of the plan. There's no reason to feel guilty, and we really want you to just banish that word from your language, because the words we use with ourselves absolutely make a difference.
100%. All right, guys, no more cheating. Healthy indulging, enjoying life. And if you feel the need to cheat, it's because you feel you've been cheated. So check yourself and make sure you're fulfilling your needs. Anything else, Adam?
Well said. I think that's it.
All right, guys, we'll see you again next week. Take care.